You guys can hear that, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Not like that other time.
This the War Report coming live every Tuesday at 7 with Steve, Cat, Ryan, Amanda, and Eric, and the voice of NEW, Vince Berry, hitting all the topics like a clothesline flurry. Turn up your speakers and hear them out. You can listen from your car, even on your couch. They too raw, who NXT, handing out Smackdowns, follow on IG. Plus, it's sponsored by Tag Me a Date. Go to YouTube and sub now for every update. It's all wrestling here, no safe space. Now listen in, time to hear from some of the greats.
Too sweet, Mahutski. The OC did it. They got all the gold. Well, not all the gold, but some of the gold.
Majority of the gold.
Yes, the majority of the gold. Oh, welcome to the War Report, brought to you by TagMeADate.com, the first and only dating site exclusively for fans of professional wrestling. With our roster of over 70,000 superstars and divas worldwide, you too can find your tag team match at TagMeADate.com. We just had a Tag Me a Date wedding. I'm sure we'll have some details on that later. Yes, these people matched on Tag Me a Date, and yes, they dated and got engaged and got married. It's a real thing, folks. It's free to try, free to sign up, TagMeADate.com, as well as in your respective app stores. So we open with Omen in the Sky, which has become
We open with some good brothers.
Oh, one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite themes, even though it just loops over and over. It's still a good song, though. It's if it's gonna be like their NWO ripoff theme, I like it, you know. But geez, a lot happened over the last week. A lot happened last night for the first time in forever, like Monday Night Raw, which no surprise was they're saying it was the most Paul Heyman influenced episode so far.
Could you tell?
Oh, what? I'm going to kick you in the vagina, didn't give it away?
Kick it in the vagina. Seth Rollins getting absolutely destroyed. Then the ambulance. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. Even Cedric in the end. I mean, there really is a lot to talk about. But, I mean, to me, I sat there and I said, well, all right, Heyman has had a lot to do with this show. And apparently, everything that I pretty much thought he had his hands in wound up being true.
Yeah.
But listen, I got to get something off my chest real quick.
All right.
Ooh,
we talked about last week. I was mentioning the 24/7, and I was mentioning, you know, outside of R-Truth and Drake, I could give a shit less. It's driving me crazy, and it was getting stupid with Briscoe and everything else. We've reached a whole new level of stupid. I have nothing against a pregnant woman becoming a champion.
Are you saying that pregnant women can't become champions, you fucking bigot?
What? You know what? Yes, I fucking am, because how in the fuck is that belt going to be defended? And the rules are, if you are a champion and you are unable to defend the title within 30 days, you have to relinquish said title.
She's getting pinned at the gynecologist's office. Kat said it in the message earlier.
Yeah, R-Truth is the gynecologist.
Right.
But
we
listen,
already picked it out. We know what's going on.
It's over.
More importantly,
he'll pop up. Let's take a look at that vagina.
More importantly than Maria winning the fucking belt, because it's kind of a joke title anyway, and it is comical to see her as champion. But more importantly, Mike Bennett needs to grow a set of balls. I mean,
out of his vagina.
You know, last time we talked about this, I said, you know, if I'm Mike, it doesn't matter because I'm getting airtime, I'm getting paid, and I'm still going home with Maria and this and that. But it is starting to reach a whole new level now.
Yes,
I mean,
agree.
not only are you laying down for her to become champion, but you're letting her call you a vagina on national television.
Now, savor this moment, folks, because none of us on this show ever admit we're wrong like 3 weeks later. So It's good to have. We have some accountability. I stick to my guns.
It's because it never happens. We're always right.
This is true. You know what? You're right, Ryan. We're always right when things like this happen. It just
takes a little bit of time to find out that we were right.
I am probably the odd one out because I absolutely love it.
How?
I love it.
I enjoy it. It's a ton of
hysterical. It is.
What's the payoff in the end? Where's this going? Like, where's it going?
It doesn't matter what the payoff is. It's hysterical. It cracks me up. This bitch.
The payoff is everything. There has to be a happy ending.
I'm happy.
She will get her comeuppance probably after the baby's born.
Again, I want to reiterate. I have absolutely no problem with a woman being pregnant and winning a title. Although I do think it's fucking ridiculous because you're pregnant.
But wait, you don't think Mike Bennett didn't get a happy ending when he went home last night after being told on national television to grow a vagina?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He's getting more than just WWE money. Maria's taking care of him at home too to suffer this embarrassment on television, okay? And I'm sorry. Maybe it's a girl thing because Amanda's agreeing with me, but I think it is freaking hilarious.
Amanda, go ahead, jump in.
Yeah, please.
Go ahead. I got to hear this.
Yeah.
It's like from How I Met Your Mother. You know, the crazy to hot scale. The hotter you are, the crazier you are. So she's a good-looking girl. She's allowed to
I love her as a heel. I think she's awesome as a heel. I loved her as a heel in Ring of Honor. But come on, man. I don't know.
I don't doubt that she's pleasuring him in the bedroom.
Exactly.
That's a delicate way to say that, huh? Oh, man.
Like, rewound it and watched it again. Was laughing so hard. Loved it.
What's amazing to me, too, is I have had the pleasure of working a few shows with the two of them. And, like, I've gotten to talk to the two of them, and I know kind of like, it's just so weird.
I can just, like, in my head, I can just hear his, like, if you were to ask him, like, Mike, what's up with this? And he just goes, and that's the noise he makes when he's thinking of something. I already know that noise from knowing Mike. But so to follow up on what we were talking about with Mike and Maria, question 1A, did they fuck while wearing the belt? Question 1B, who wore the belt while they fucked?
She didn't yet.
I feel like any champion just needs to have sex with the belt.
And they bump belts.
Could you imagine what, like, Becky and Seth with 3 belts clanging around would be like? I mean, come on now.
You know what's even sadder? Now she's a longer champion than her husband, too.
Yes, Maria's been champion longer than Mike Bennett, and Becky Lynch has been champion longer than Seth Rollins, who is now downgraded officially to that man is that woman's boyfriend, or whatever the fuck they said last night.
The man's man.
But Michael Cole literally, so Seth Rollins had a segment, and then they hard cut to Becky Lynch walking down the hallway, and he's like, and that's her boyfriend. It's like, who?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Gives a fuck, Michael Cole?
Sam, jump in. I haven't heard you yet. I gotta know your
Chairman's here.
Chip, I gotta know his take on this ridiculousness going on right now. I think we're on mute. And
he's muted.
He's muted.
Samwise, unmute yourself.
He'll jump in.
Samwise.
I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time. Oh, Sam's back.
There we go.
Hey-o.
Sam, what is your take on this? I need to know. I have to know. Are you for this going on right now with Bennett, Maria, 24/7 pregnant champion?
You know I love it.
Yeah.
And he puts the shades on.
So listen, I know you have your issues, and we talked about it, but it was interesting. It kept me glued the entire time. Even my wife was dying laughing at how perfect it was. So I mean, that's just me. I think it's great for TV.
They played it well. I'll say that.
I thought that was the idea. Isn't that the idea though? That's why they created a 24/7 title. It's to have fun with it. It can't just be.
I guarantee if you played it for Stacy would probably even find that hilarious.
Did anyone else
I think there's a big split here because you don't really want to be called a vagina as a guy, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're one, not to misgender anybody, but like if you're a woman and they call you like a dick or something, like it's not quite the same, but like when you call a guy a vagina, it's like, oh, that's like
But that's one of the most memorable moments from last night, and that was the whole point of it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that was.
We're talking about it, so.
And I think that's all they want, man.
Anyone see on WWE.com afterwards, after he closed the door in the locker room, there was like a snippet of him with the belt, like walking back and forth. That shit is hysterical.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I did. That was classic. Cool.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was like old school.
I have to say, even though I do find it absolutely ridiculous, I am at least happy that the two of them are getting screen time. I mean, that's long overdue.
After like 3 years, yeah.
So. I enjoyed her walking around just proclaiming herself champion.
The pregnant champion.
I was so concerned about what they were going to do with her and Braun.
Oh.
If it was Easter,
going with her and Titus, that's miracle.
Oh like, yeah, she
what are you gonna do,
Titus?
If it was Attitude Era, Braun would probably tombstoned her right there.
Braun would have, like, Mortal Kombat fatality, pulled the baby out of her womb and ate it.
Oh, wow.
The baby got these hands.
Right? Hey, wait a minute. The baby's a champion, too. Nobody's talked about that.
The baby is technically champion.
The first prenatal champion in wrestling history.
Yeah, the baby is technically on top.
We really
care. Right,
really cares about penises now.
That has a longer title reign than his father.
I'm making a graphic, and we're going to put it up on Twitter and Instagram, celebrating baby Mystery Kanellis as the first ever prenatal champion in wrestling history. That's
I love it.
That's first ever European 7-Eleven champion.
The European 7-Eleven 420 championship. That would be if Rob Van Dam, if this was the Attitude Era and Rob Van Dam won that title, because back, you remember there was at one point where they were decorating the hardcore title with like bullhorns for JBL and like the New York license plate for Tommy Dreamer. It would have been the 420 championship. It would stay green. They just put little leaves on it, and then Rob Van Dam would walk around with it.
Well, it's basically the TV title. That's what it is. It's the TV and the hardcore fused. It's a good belt. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, the belt itself still stinks, and I think it looks
hideous.
But
maybe it's the color.
It might be. I think to me, because
green is perfect.
Why?
It's greed.
That perfect.
Shit green is perfect because it's shit. Get it? No, tough crowd.
Oh man, no. I think it's because I recognize it as literally the WBC boxing championship belt. It's the exact same belt, except with the face changed. So that bugged me automatically. It's like, oh, they got this made in like 20 minutes and shipped from Pakistan overnight or something.
I saw Steve gluing the belt together the other day, actually, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, they took an old record and sprayed it gold and stuck it on the front of the belt.
Oh God, and made it look like a clock.
Oh man, Flavor Flav could be a 24/7 champion. Put a fucking clock on it.
Oh my God.
Boy.
That's fucking funny.
This is our truth. Oh my God.
Our truth is gold. We say it every week. The guy is absolute gold.
Absolutely.
100%.
He's a treasure.
I do want to just mention also another show that I can say Raw pretty much started again with a match. I like how they started to shift that way. Apparently, Vince has already thrown away the whole not wrestling during commercial breaks. Thank God.
That didn't last long.
You have to, because it's just ridiculous. And the only way to really cover it up is saturate it with, 2 out of 3 fall matches, and this and that. So, I mean, I'm glad they made that move, but I thought the very open to Raw was well done with that little video of the 24/7, which was hilarious, and then going right into the match. What did you guys think overall? They lost about 1 million viewers from the week before. I mean, granted, that's what I read. It was about 1 million viewers that they lost from the week before. But again, that was the Raw reunion. People tuned in to see Austin and Hogan and Flair and all that.
Right, yeah, you're not going to top those numbers.
Right, they expected to take a hit. I thought Raw overall was pretty good. I thought, the finish was great. Cedric flying off the fucking thing and just all through. I mean, there were some low points, but I thought overall it was a good show.
It was, yeah. I mean, Raw has been better, which is, I mean, even
like
slight improvements.
Getting better.
Yeah, and again, the ratings thing could be.
They still had over 2 million viewers for all 3 hours, though.
Which is good. That's
it averaged 2.3. Last week was 3,093,000. So it wasn't quite a million.
Yeah, hour 1 was 2.4, hour 2 was 2.3, and hour 3 was 2.23.
Yeah.
So
I think the show was put together much better.
Yeah,
I think it's starting to be very more fluid. We're getting good matches. We're getting a lot of people on TV that need to be on TV, and I think we're going in the right direction. You got to remember, with anything we do, you're not going to get the results immediately,
right?
As far as numbers go, but as far as the program and how it looks and how we enjoy it, that's immediate for us.
See, Chairman, now we agree on something because that's the truth. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. I've been saying this for months now. It's going to happen. It's going to be slow, but it's going to happen, and we're going to see the changes, and we are seeing them. I think a lot's going to change when they make this Fox move with SmackDown. I think it's going to bring other people to kind of tune in and check out Raw. Did you
hear about what Fox is doing? Before SmackDown.
Go ahead.
Before SmackDown debuts, they're going to have a show on Fox about the WWE superstar. It's not going to be a wrestling show. It's not going to be matches. It's going to be like one of those pre-game shows that introduces you to the personalities, shows you some highlights, and gets you, if you're not a wrestling fan, will familiarize you with professional wrestling.
That's smart.
Wait, did you say like they do in football?
Yeah. It's going to be like a pre-game show.
Ooh, that's cool.
It's not going to be every week, but it's going to be the kick, like right before. As far as I know, it's not going to be every week. But the initial show that they're going to show on Fox is going to be to familiarize people with wrestling rather than just showing wrestling, which I think.
I think it's great to see how far wrestling has come. I don't know if you guys saw, but the Big Show is going to get his own show on Netflix now, which is
the Big Show show.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. Hopefully, it turns out well.
Show.
Yeah, he's entertaining. I would watch it.
He has a lot of charisma and can carry a show.
As long as he doesn't sweat himself off the camera.
Well, it's like one of those fake reality shows where his family lives with him and all the hijinks happen.
Kind of like Hogan Knows Best, right?
Shogun knows best.
Shogun.
What was Big Show's gimmick when he was pretending to be Hogan?
The showster.
Thank you. I was driving me nuts.
I always like Big Show's music.
I like the original version.
Yes.
This one's pretty good, but the original was, oh man, that was a banger.
I like the first well better than the second well.
Yes, that's the big problem I have.
I like the well.
Right, it was much more musical instead of
How musical can you go well?
Right?
I mean, the first guy did it. I mean,
I think.
First guy nailed it.
Oh, somebody's phone's ringing.
I'm just glad that they didn't end up calling him the Big Nasty like I had heard they were.
That would be something.
I remember when he was the corporate titan. I thought that was pretty good.
Man, they had a couple nicknames.
Captain Insano.
Oh God.
I would have died for Captain Insano.
Water boy.
Water boy.
How old are you? I am 31 years old.
Oh yeah, my God. Man, remember when Adam Sandler was funny?
Yeah, right.
In a while.
That was a long time ago.
So Amanda, I want to know from somebody who's going to SummerSlam in Toronto, how are you feeling right now?
I always feel good going to wrestling events, no matter how shitty the product has been. I love going to wrestling events, so I will always be excited.
Well, and I have to say, I think she's going to be even more excited after tonight's big announcement on the King's Court.
Yeah, it was just,
oh man.
Yeah.
Also, I get to be witness the Fiend for the first time.
Yeah. Oh, word. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool.
That is cool.
That's worth price of admission right there.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
But now they're not promoting Finn as Demon Finn. Are we getting Demon?
No.
Not in the first match.
They can't have Demon Finn lose.
Right.
Yeah.
And they can't have the Fiend lose.
Haven't we seen that match before already?
Well, no, it was going to be Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, against Sister Abigail.
Oh, that works.
And then somebody got sick or something. And then,
Right.
And then you were getting AJ versus Finn.
Right. Bray had meningitis, I think it was.
Oof. Yeah.
And now Finn's sick. And now Finn's still in the hospital.
Yeah, they're hoping he's going to be ready in time. They're still promoting the match, so.
Yeah, I mean, he really just has to go out. Like, this match is writing him off so he can go get married and have a honeymoon and all that shit.
2 months.
Right. So he's just got to get out. Honestly, even if he's fucking sick, if he's not contagious,
you guys chill.
You get him out there, and even if he's in there for 3 minutes and fucking gets squashed by the Fiend, that's okay. It fits with everything that's going on. They could have segments backstage where the fucking puppets are popping up fucking with him. So he comes out and they're like, "Oh man, he doesn't look well." It's like, yeah, the puppets were fucking with him, so he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And then he gets beat by the Fiend, and then comes back as the Demon.
Right.
And
then you put the
we
Demon in
can
the
buckle
Fiend.
bomb him on the outside, and he can lose the Universal title.
Oh, hatey datey no.
Like some puppet Shango shit you just came up with the puppets.
Yes, the Ultimate Warrior is dying of vomit.
Oh
Exactly.
man, he had the green sweat.
Yep.
Oh god.
The look on Mean Gene's face.
Ever.
Yet Scott Steiner shows up and hands him a handful of steroids, and everything's okay again.
Yeah, man. So Samoan Summit, we had a couple things happen. First, Seth came out and proved that he's still in puberty by yelling "Burn it down" with those two black guys and sounding like a goober. We're gonna burn it down. Give me daps, guys, bro. All right, dude. Hello, fellow young people.
Damn, that's funny.
I think, and the other thing
His
is,
voice is deeper than his.
when Brock Lesnar F5'd Seth, he should have also smashed his fucking phone so he can't go on Twitter anymore.
So
that's the next thing.
I do want to ask. I happen to thoroughly enjoy the Brock segment with Rollins. Yes. And Rollins took some serious fucking bumps throughout that entire thing, both in the ring and backstage with the ambulance and everything else. My only thing is that SummerSlam is how many weeks away?
2
weeks away.
Oh, wow.
And you just have Brock dominate Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Part of me says there's no way Brock's losing the title at SummerSlam. That's just my feeling. Yeah. So to get that, I just was that necessary, I guess. Forget about the fact that we enjoyed it, but just overall, was that necessary?
Absolutely.
It should always be necessary.
Well,
it was a great segment.
I mean, Brock was dominant as hell.
Seth could get his, somewhat of a revenge on, within the next couple of weeks before SummerSlam to give him that edge up or something,
What is he going to do? He's going to come out with a chair and hit everyone with the chair again?
I know. There's not much he can do.
To do his birdie work.
Becky kick Brock in the ball.
Or have Becky Lynch literally pick up Seth Rollins and beat down Brock with Seth.
Just use him as a human weapon. Yeah, no, I like that. This is what you hired Brock Lesnar for, though. This is the type of shit that you need to have him do. He needs to be there, first of all, which he has been now, which is wonderful. Yeah. And when Brock's around, business fucking picks up because then shit like this can happen.
But let's just say
you also
Brock,
want your champion to be so intimidating. That's why he is the champion, right?
Exactly.
Well, no, absolutely. But now here's my question too, because we're getting all excited that Brock's been around, and that's fucking great. Because I've always said I'm happy as hell with Brock as champion as long as he's there. So now let's see what happens after SummerSlam, because we're sitting here talking like this is not one of the big 4 pay-per-views through the year, and SummerSlam's going to come and go. Let's say Brock is still champion. We're not going to, are we going to see him more? That's the question.
Yeah, but that's okay because then we get to see everybody on the come up, fight for it, get that chance, make it a spectacle, and then at the same time help out SmackDown and focus on Kofi and whoever else is going to be the champion. So I think that works out overall as a brand together. You know what I mean?
What if you have
you don't want to see King Kong every day fight Godzilla? I mean, that's useless. You know what I mean? If
That's
you get
so
that
true.
once a quarter, it makes sense.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
You're not wrong.
Well, I know I'm not wrong.
All right, so here's our plan. Ryan, please remind me. After SummerSlam, you got to come back to this show and pull any audio clips that you think are pertinent, like when we're getting excited about a match, and then you come back in 3 weeks and go, "Oh, well, that match was the shits." Like we're just we can go back. There's a record of everything we said.
Play some funeral music in the background.
Yes, yeah, we'll play the funeral dirge. Just the Undertaker's theme as we talk about how excited we
Just
were.
run down the card and have a morning for everything.
The theme itself lasts 17 minutes, so we're good.
Oh, they have to loop it so he can make his way down the ring.
I mean, didn't I call Sarah from Nebraska the C word on the show?
I'm pretty sure. Yes, I think that's still on. That's somewhere in the archives. We have to go back and find it.
That's currently sitting on my hard drive. It's nowhere on the.
Wow, smart man. That's behind a paywall. When we start our Patreon page, that's going to be on there.
I'm never going to do this job again.
I really do.
I heard last Monday they sold more knee braces than they ever have.
Fucking stupid.
That
was funny.
Real quick, I want to go to the Street Profits for a second because like they're making Dawkins like this kind of like somewhat of a creeper because like Montez says, she's pregnant, right? And he goes, yeah, she is.
And then I think he laughed so much that he messed up his lines after that. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
it was so funny to him. It's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
Those guys are good. They I guess
they're hilarious.
The word is they're not going to wrestle on Raw.
And if you rewind back to about 3 or 4 weeks when Steve was like, "Oh, they're terrible. They shouldn't be on Raw. We don't need them there."
Yeah, no, they've definitely won me over because they're absolutely fucking hilarious.
Oh,
so
in a couple more weeks, we'll agree with Steve's past opinion. So he'll.
Yeah, we're gonna loop back around to not liking them after some shit.
Hey, listen. This is not the first time or the last time I have gone back on something that I have said, and I have owned up to it and explained why they have won me over.
I remember my first beer too.
Episode of us all that we have to use our words for something that we said.
Well, I mean, listen, I think we were all excited about Seth Rollins winning the title off of Brock Lesnar and then like doing something new and exciting with it, and then like he just
I was never excited about Seth Rollins. I'm sorry. I do enjoy Tyler Black. I'm not. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, but that was just
he's been booked better as a champion.
Since we are talking about Brock and Seth, let's fast forward to SummerSlam. Who do we actually think is going to go over, and what's next for that? Does Brock retain, and then what's next for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Brock retains.
Brock retains, and Braun gets the belt finally.
Finally.
I think Brock
hope you're right.
And then Seth Rollins carries Becky Lynch's bags to the ring every day.
Oh man, Seth Rollins and Mike Bennett as a tag team.
They're called the vaginas.
The manginas.
Oh, boy.
The mangina, and even works with Becky. Oh man, that should be her new shirt. The mangina.
Oh, there you go.
Wait. Stop.
You can't sell that to children.
Sure you can.
Hey, listen, I just remembered something that really pissed me off.
Oh, here we go.
And I need to. We need to talk about this. And I can't believe I almost forgot. And it just fucking dawned on me. And now I'm getting even more fired up thinking about it. I want to say something. These fucking assholes on social media, these fucking tough guy finger poppers on their fucking iPhones.
Oh, God.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Talking about Renee Young.
Yes.
I want to say, fuck you, first of all, because you have absolutely no fucking idea what it takes to be able to do that fucking job.
Yep.
You have no idea. You got Vince McMahon screaming in your ear constantly while you're trying to speak to millions of people on live television. Not only that, with two other people who happen to be men, and one woman. So there's a dynamic there. Sometimes they get a lot more out than she can. She goes out of her way to even admit she's probably not the best. But let me tell you something. She doesn't need to be the best because she will only get better. She is the first woman to ever be able to have this position. And shame on anybody that talks shit, because I kind of think she's doing a great job. She's only going to get better. And it is what it is. This is what we're focusing on, that you're going to trash somebody on social media. This is what we're focusing. Focus on the fact that Raw's actually been getting better. I'm so tired of these trolls that just are tough guys. It drives me crazy. So Renee Young, I'm all for it. I think she should remain. She should continue doing what she's doing.
I don't think she should have given him any ground, though. She should have never admitted anything because, like you said, she has Vince McMahon in her ear the entire time.
I think
nobody else can do it.
I think that's what's great about Renee Young is that she'll respond to that. You know, she's
exactly. I think the fact that she stood up to it and actually addressed it, that like, no, I'm not the best at this, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
That's not her 100% best. She does a damn fucking good job.
My biggest issue is the fact that she shouldn't even have to be in a position
100%
to defend herself in the first place. And that's what bothers me. You know what I mean?
I do got commentary. Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead.
Mick Foley quit that position because he couldn't do it. One of the best talkers on the goddamn microphone, cheap pop or not, and he couldn't do it. Booker T, you listen to any interview, the one thing he couldn't stand was that headset.
Yep.
So the fact that she's still thugging it out and doing her thing.
JR's even spoken on it.
Yeah, and that's, there's a couple things at play here. First of all, you're right. Scream in her ear. Second of all, if you're going to scream in her ear, give her some good fucking material to work with.
Right. It comes down to the fucking material in the first place.
Yeah, you're only as good as the material you're giving.
I also think beyond just the material, that's obvious, but I just feel like giving her a chance to actually speak. I mean, they give her like no time to talk. And if you ever seen any of her interviews or one-ups with anybody, she does a great job of that, even though it's prepared and all that. They just don't give her any time.
Absolutely. Listen, even when she was doing after Smack or
Talking
Smack. Thank you. You know that
after Smack.
After Smack. I like that.
After Smack.
But when she was doing her thing, she was fantastic on those panels. You know what I mean? And that's why she's fantastic behind the mic. If she was the lead role, she'd kill it. I'm telling you, she doesn't have enough time to do her thing.
Commentary.
I wouldn't be dogging on her the way that she is if she wasn't a girl either. If Corey Graves sucked or Michael Cole sucked as bad.
Michael Graves.
Unfortunately,
you know what? They drive me nuts sometimes. The two of them,
Well, that's the thing. They do. I think they get, Byron. First of all, if you ever go back and listen to some of these episodes, and I apologize, the man's father passed away, and my condolences to him. But I've said some terrible things about Byron Saxton.
Yeah.
I
said some terrible things about Michael Cole.
I called him Carlton. I've said some pretty bad things about Yeah, I know. I said some fucked up shit. So
what's the other guy's name? What's the other freaking guy's name? I can't
Tom.
No, David Otunga.
Oh, David Otunga. Oh, gee.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
David Otunga is the best.
He's the worst.
He's awful.
What about Mike Adamle? Remember that guy?
Oh, geez.
Yeah. It turns out that he ended up having like dementia or something, and that was why he couldn't remember his lines.
They should have recorded him with dementia. That would have been fantastic.
Oh my God.
They did. He called Jeff Hardy Jeff Harvey.
Yeah,
I call Jeff Harvey all the time.
What was his screw for SummerSlam?
Graves. Yeah.
Michael Graves is the best. That's my new gimmick, Michael Graves.
I can't believe I said that, but okay.
Corey Cole.
Corey Cole sounds like Michael Cole's like son who wanted to get into the business.
Well, what was the guy from Dodgeball? It was Gary Cole. So
Gary Cole. Oh, that's like being named Rip Torn. Rest in peace.
Man, a Connecticut legend. He lived like an hour away from me. fucking guy was drunk one night and broke into a bank because he thought it was his house.
Yep.
That's
fantastic.
Necessary is.
And he was like 80-something years old. He had a fucking pistol on him when they arrested him.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, gentlemen.
You can dodge a bullet, you can dodge a ball, man. Fucking Rip Torn was packing heat.
Dive, you crazy son of a bitch.
Oh, man, I love
glad that we do this show because I feel so much better now that I got that out because I was
that's good. You were holding on to that one for a while.
You were really holding on to that. Jesus.
Listen to this. I just read this on Twitter. Someone said to Mike Bennett, they're like, Mike Bennett is a bitch for not pinning Maria in her sleep. And he goes, "Do you think I keep a referee in my carry-on?"
Oh, God.
You could find one that's small enough.
Maybe in your purse.
Get Hornswoggle.
Yes, Hornswoggle crawling out of luggage in a referee shirt.
Well, Crash Holly was in, what was it, the amusement park, the balls or something?
The ball pit.
Yeah,
it was like a
pit.
Chuck E. Cheese or a Discovery Zone or something. Oh, man.
Good times.
Samoan Summit. We didn't touch on that. I guess it was, you know.
That's somewhat of a summit there.
that just all sounded like a bunch of mishmash because
Yes.
everyone went at once.
I don't know. I heard all I said was Samoan Summit, and then I
What was
heard
the point
8
of it?
people.
Like, what were they trying to get out of that segment?
You gonna hit me with that coconut, brother?
I'm with Amanda. That made no sense to me at all. That's like first of all, there was no summit. So,
you expect more Samoans, right?
We're forgetting
was stupid.
You're forgetting the movie that's being released on Friday. It has its own Samoan summit in it.
Ooh,
So we're definitely getting a little preview to that.
right, that's true.
Well, The Rock should have been there.
No,
I mean, first things off, they didn't kick it off with the pre-summit dance ritual, so that
Right, there were no fire sticks being twirled or any of that shit, man. Come on.
there was no human sacrifice.
What? Is that what's
What is this? Indiana Jones?
Kalima.
This is not Lilo and Stitch, gentlemen. This is wrestling. It's okay.
I was going Indiana Jones, but that
I was
Point
thinking
taken.
Moana.
But how did it go to
Moana,
that
yeah.
riot or like the brawl? I missed that part.
So
You didn't miss
basically,
anything, to be honest.
I think I went to sleep, honestly.
They said they like fake made peace because they're Samoan brother, and then Joe went back on his word because he's a heel.
Because Joe is wearing heels.
Joe's a bad guy, so he's gonna do
He's a
bad guy things.
Hey, then he throws the coconuts, brother.
Yo, if anybody got hit with a coconut, it would have made that fucking segment.
yeah.
And it would have been good.
Oh my God. I'm going to
He did
the
get to jump off this,
It wound up not being a bad segment if you think about it, because we got Cedric to climb up on the main
Holy
screen
fucking shit!
and leap of faith onto like 10 guys. So
that could have ended the show right there.
Yeah, but I think Cedric does that every day. He wakes up for breakfast, he brushes his teeth, and he just does that leap.
probably.
How did he get up there?
That's how he wakes up.
I feel like I missed so much.
It's
of
how
this
he wakes
moment.
That's what ornament.
Quite
feels
honestly,
like.
everyone missed him get up there. You just kind of saw him pop up, and you were like, "Holy shit!" And then he jumped.
Yeah,
Ornament thing. Like, how the hell did he get up there?
yeah. They probably just had a ladder off camera so he could get up there faster. Like
There's
they
a
got,
flight of stairs right there.
but they got him up there. You know what I mean? Like that's a TV thing. Like I'm sure somebody in the crowd was watching, going, "No, he didn't really climb it that fast. They put a ladder right there." Like one of those dummies. Like there's somebody on Twitter who's complaining.
You know,
about
it was
that
the same guy that was complaining about Renee Young. That's
right.
Probably.
The person who lifted up the briefcase in the Austin versus the McMahon's match.
Yeah.
I was thinking that Cedric got up there like the Undertaker, Survivor Series '94, when they buried him alive, just raised up.
There you go.
Yeah, that was Al Snow. Or no, it was Marty Jannetty.
My baby.
Poor Marty Jannetty. I don't even want to get into it. The poor
Yeah,
fucking
I was
guy.
going to say, are we going to approach that subject?
Oh, did you see the picture he posted on Facebook with his face full of cocaine?
That was fantastic.
Oh, he looked like Scarface right before he pulled out the grenade launcher.
Eric, did you tell them my joke? Yes or no?
Oh, I forgot.
I said, I told him when he was here, I said, I love Marty Jannetty like I could be his daughter.
That was one of the most surreal things I've ever seen in my life. Why would you post that on Facebook, buddy? Like, even if you were thinking it, don't post it.
So he could get on Morkovich and get his career back. That's what
he just did a bunch of coke, so he's probably feeling pretty good.
Yes. He's gonna be like, all
right, boys,
Charlie Day and Horrible Bosses.
Coke. It's time to go live on Facebook.
Hey man, if I fell in love with her and then found out she was my daughter, oh, go ahead. Eric.
Oh God.
Oh man. Fuck. Wow, we ended up actually talking a whole lot of wrestling 40 minutes in. What were the questions for this week?
I got 2. Hold on.
Excellent. And while they're looking up the questions, remember you can ask a question on social media using hashtag #AskTheWarReport and be sure to tag me a date when you make that post. You can also send an email to askthewarreport@gmail.com. Every question that is asked, we will do our best to answer it on the air. And by sending us an email or a tweet or whatever with hashtag #AskTheWarReport, you'll be entered in our monthly pay-per-view Pick'em contest. So WrestleRumble.com is a wonderful pay-to-play Pick'em contest, but we will give you a free entry just for asking a question for the show. This month, we're going to have NXT TakeOver Toronto and then SummerSlam as WrestleRumble events that you can pay to get in, and you will get a free entry to either one. So whether you would want to make your picks for NXT or if you feel more confident with SummerSlam, either way, send in an email. We'll read the question on the show, and then you're entered in the contest. Hashtag AskTheWarReport, AskTheWarReport@gmail.com.
So I have 2 also. We had one come in from our regular Andre. Actually, Kaylee and Andre, we had both our regulars this week.
Hey.
Andre's question was, how many times do we have to see Rey Mysterio unmasked?
Booyaka, booyaka.
Until he retires.
I mean, it happens every now and then. It happened. We didn't really get to see his face. He covered it up pretty quickly, which I'm happy about, and I hope he puts the mask back on because it's a traditional thing. And
it was dumb in WCW when they took it off.
Oh my God!
I mean, listen, it gets him over with great heat. When you do something like that. So I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but I mean, in Mexico, that would be huge. I mean, they would have lost there would have been a fucking riot if that happened in Mexico.
Whoever did would have killed them.
Oh, yeah.
When I was a luchador in Mexico many moons ago, I used to shower with my mask on before it became a necessity to take it off after the smell, just in case. It was brutal.
I mean, El Santo was buried with his mask on.
Yeah. He only ever took his mask off once on TV, like a couple months before he died.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be buried with my mascot out, too. It's going to be great.
What was your, you weren't Chico El Luchador, were you?
Exactly. I was Chico El Bambino.
He was a babyface, everybody. He was a babyface.
Remember Juan Cena?
Juan Cena's fantastic.
Juan Cena.
He had that mask with him recently. He took a picture with Lucha House Party, and he was the 4th member. I don't know if he put it on Twitter or something, but I saw that floating around.
Kat, what was the second question?
The other one came in from Kaylee, and it's, hey, my lovely people. My question is, what was the whole Brock thing with Brock attacking Seth? My opinion is I didn't see the point to it. And also, anyone else a fan of Maria treating her husband like a pussy? I don't get that either. So,
oh wow, we have the first female dissenter on that opinion. Okay.
Yes, I argued with her that last night too. PM chatting. I went back and forth with her about for 45 minutes on that one.
Wow.
Lay on your back, Mike, where you always do.
Yeah. So regarding the first part, yeah. If you rewind a little bit, you'll hear our thoughts about. I thought that was money because you gotta. If we're gonna see this match again at SummerSlam after we just saw it, there has to be heat to it. Something has to happen.
Yeah.
Well, that was Money in the Bank.
Surprised there's no stipulation for it.
And she PMs and I still fucking hate it.
Hey, that's fair. She can. I appreciate that she has.
There's your partner in this.
You know what's great about this show? This show has watched me transition from a Miz hater to a Miz fan. Right?
True.
But man, the Miz really turned it around the last couple of years.
It really has.
Big time.
And
I heard they're adding Miz versus Ziggler at SummerSlam.
I think the Miz is the best on the mic right now. I think he's killing it.
He's
Oh,
getting
wait.
people pumped
So,
up.
hold on a second. So we don't think it's going to be Shawn Michaels?
Or Goldberg, for that matter.
I mean, Shawn Michaels is an NXT, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a trainer down there, so it's possible he can do it.
I think he said after the match with Triple H, though, after the debacle with him and Undertaker and Kane, I think he pretty much said he was done, even though he said that before.
I saw another rumor saying he was up for some more matches against like Styles and a bunch of other
paycheck comes in. If that check clears, he's wrestling.
That's true, but I think we're also forgetting just a quick plug to my guy Kane for becoming the mayor. Awesome. He's actually a real mayor now.
Libertarian Kane.
I thought he's been mayor for a while.
Yeah, that just happened.
It's been over a year.
Well, he was going for it. He actually got it approved. I think it was like last week or whatever. He won.
Oh, maybe the final vote was like, yeah, because they probably recount and all that other shit.
Officially.
Oh,
Yeah.
You throw out all the Russian votes.
They had a thing where Kane was like he came out doing his like routine and chokeslammed the guy in between.
Yeah, because the microphone didn't work when he was giving his speech. Yep.
I heard he took the bump on his knees.
Man, Kane never had one. He never had knee surgery, man.
That's like who had commercials? Rhino when he was running for something.
Yeah,
I think Rhino was running
in the.
It was like town council or state senate or something.
Yeah, but Rhino didn't win. So
no, he didn't win.
He didn't win.
McMahon didn't win either, but then again, she won in the end.
She ended up. I mean, she got
Did
it.
you guys see that
Not anymore.
this week?
She's on for cabinet now.
What was that, Ken?
I said, did you guys see the Burger King commercial last week with Alexa Bliss and Ron Simmons says "damn"?
Yes, it was fantastic.
That was the best commercial I think I've ever seen.
That sounds awesome.
I could use a cheeseburger.
You guys all saw the video with Rob Van Dam.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was great.
Fantastic.
Great tag team right there. Book it.
I know. If this was only like 15 years ago.
What about the check that Rob received from last Monday? He spent it on a mural of him and his girl. That was pretty good. Anyone see that?
Wait,
No.
what?
So for coming back to Raw Reunion, whatever he got as a check, in his house he paid an artist to paint the entire wall of him and his girl. What is it, Katie or something like that? I forgot her name.
Katie Forbes, yeah.
Katie
Katie Vick.
Which was pretty fun.
That
Took
lady,
it in a different direction.
should they see the ass on her? My God.
Oh God.
I've seen it in person. It's incredible.
What were the Amanda? You had 2 questions in your inbox, right?
Yeah, hold on.
Cool.
So one from Dan Knightley, also a regular. He
Yeah.
asks, what's the most meaningful title in all of WWE right now, including NXT?
That's a hard- well, if you're including NXT, it's the NXT title.
Yeah.
No way. 24/7.
I was gonna say that, I was gonna half joking, but not really half joking. Kind of serious.
What gets the most time on television?
24/7. Who's the most merchandise right now?
24/7.
Yeah. Can't hate, man.
Hashtag not my title.
Orale, Sam, we got this.
No, like what really is the most prestigious right now? I don't even know.
I know.
Prestigious? Probably have to be the heavyweight for SmackDown.
It
Because
can't be because that title's about pancakes.
The pancake belt. I'm surprised it doesn't have fucking pancakes on it.
It should have pancakes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do a New Day belt like they did for the tag.
I figured that was licensed.
I would have bought it just for.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw it at WrestleMania weekend. It looked really good in person.
Oh yeah, that did look cool.
Yeah, I'm not buying
it's not the Universal title. It's not any of the tag titles.
No.
Definitely not buying
Yeah, I might have to go with the NXT Championship.
The real answer is the IWGP Heavyweight Championship held by the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. But anyway.
It might have to be Becky Lynch.
Oh, geez, it might be.
God,
The
no.
fucking Raw Women's
Yeah.
title might be the most important title right now.
No, hard no.
Oh, LA Bailey.
No. I don't even have drinks to fix that one. I can't. I'm not going to comment.
Guys, come on, let's be real. It's the women's tag team belts.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
How could we forget?
Do you know, I almost forgot that they had those belts.
Yeah.
Does Gail Kim still hold that title or no? Wait, we're going to be stratified soon when Trish Stratus comes back and sells me her new fitness magazine.
She's on tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's exactly what's happening. She's going to DDP yoga the fuck out of this show.
I got to tell you, though, I am very
she's going
excited
to come back and feud with DDP over the best yoga program.
I am looking forward to watching her versus Trish.
Oh, God.
Get ready for it. 9 minutes. 9 minutes.
You got to do it like this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that you're not looking forward to seeing her versus Charlotte. That should be a great match.
Yeah, except that she can't go anymore, but Charlotte can. So I don't know.
I think she can still go.
I don't think so. Charlotte's going to have to carry her all day, all over again. It's going to be brutal. She's going to do a moonsault, and Trish's going to be like, wait, what do we do here? What was that, Kat?
That's going to be the battle of which one pop first if there's a moon.
Oh, they should just do.
Somebody's coming, and they're going to get more implants after that.
Maybe they can give her some butt implants. That would really help out.
That would work.
What if they did a chop battle?
What was that, Vince?
Chop battle, and they just chopped each other's boobies back and forth.
She licks a hand.
Yes.
Oh, God.
See whose doctor did a better job.
You guys are being very
First one to pop loses.
Oh, God.
You guys are being very harsh right now.
Hey, they have her on a pole match. This is a whose tits pop first match.
Your podcast is anti-woman.
I'm a fucking woman last time I checked.
You guys hate women.
Maria, how could this be anti-woman?
This is not anti-breastises.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think any of the men on this panel have a problem with tits, okay?
No.
Only on me.
I was going to say, the tag team she was in was called TNA.
Vince said only on me.
Yeah, the only tits I'm worried about are the two that I'm growing right now because I turned 32. I got to lose them.
Oh, 32. Boy. Baby.
Wow. I had a birthday last week, and I'm a lot older than 32, but it's okay.
Exactly. I'm like, 32? Really?
Damn, you're 40.
Exactly.
You're still young.
Hey, back when you were 32, you were thinking that.
Right? It's like it's all downhill from here. Like, that's all I'm thinking.
When I was 32, I had 3 kids. I was lucky my tits weren't down in my stomach, okay?
Oh, shit.
I am holding on to dear life, man.
Oh, did we get to Amanda's second question? I don't even remember now. We just got so fucking sidetracked by boobies.
The tangent was about boobies.
They're so distracting that even talking about them steers the conversation.
In Spanish, they call them
okay.
All right, let's get back on track. Amanda, was there another question?
What of us?
Yes, this one is from Bartender Dave.
Ooh.
What's going to be better? Adam Cole, Bebe, or Johnny Car versus Johnny Car Wash? Or Kofi versus Randy Orton?
NXT all day.
NXT.
Yeah, that NXT. Yeah. I mean, I saw the last one, TakeOver 25, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, and that was that was Dave Meltzer's 5.5-star match of the year for 2019 thus far, and fucking I believe it because it was incredibly athletic. Being there live, the crowd was amazing, the match was amazing, and I mean, even going back and rewatching it, I think people watching at home recognized, even though they're both 5'2", they work incredibly hard at what they do, and you know they're really good wrestlers. And then they're gonna get to the fucking main roster, and they'll be stuck on 205 Live, and one of them will be dressed like a goddamn rooster.
Hey, 5'2", they're taller than the bagel guy.
You're not my manager or my father or God or whatever. You can't talk. What? Oh my God! There was a YouTube video of that guy where he tried to pay a girl $100,000 for sex and she turned him down, and then he kicked her out of his car and drove away.
He called the cops again last night. There was another video last night.
He's a fucking mental case.
Wasn't he arguing with the police or something about?
Yep, 20 minutes. He was 20 minutes away from me. He called the cops again last night.
Oh, you got to get him on the show.
He was at Eric. He was at Parsnips.
Oh, you got to go hang around Parsnips and try and get him on the show.
I'm not getting an STD.
No. What, they come off his skin? Anyway.
On that note, we are at top of the hour.
STDs and boobies.
Yeah. If you tuned in for wrestling content, I apologize because about 33% of the show was not.
My fault.
It's all right.
Wrestling shows is not wrestling either. So
it's very true.
As long as I'm satisfied in the next 4 minutes, I'm fantastic.
So yeah, we're about 4 minutes from the top of the hour. SmackDown's going to start in just a little while. We'll see what happens and how the women's matches take shape. We'll see if there's any progress with Kofi and Randy Orton and all the other good stuff on SmackDown, which we'll report on. Oh, and the announcement that Daniel Bryan was supposed to make like 3 weeks ago that he never made. Let's see if he makes it this week. I'm not holding my breath. Yeah, I was going to say I'm not holding my fucking breath. But
absolutely. For tonight, we have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Ember Moon and Bayley for the 1,000th time. We have WWE Hall of Famers Jerry Lawler and Trish Stratus on the King's Court. We have Dolph Ziggler versus Finn Balor. I thought he was sick. And we have Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles in a non-title match. Interesting.
I smell a Teddy Long playa holla holla 6-man tag team match between the New Day and the OC after those four guys.
And then we'll go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
Yes. Oh man.
Good times.
So yeah, that's what's happening on SmackDown, and I'm sure more will also happen. 205 Live, there's an unsanctioned match between Drake Maverick and Mike Kanellis. So if you're tuning into 205 Live after SmackDown tonight, that's what's on deck for the main event.
Should be a good match.
Yeah, should be fun. Spud's a good wrestler, and he's a good comedy guy. And Bennett is actually, I've seen Bennett wrestle good comedy matches. He's funny. So that'll be fun. And that's it for the show. So be sure to follow us at Tag Me a Date, no spaces, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc. You can go to YouTube, first of all. Go to the search bar, type in Tag Me a Date. Again, Tag Me a Date with no spaces. You'll find our channel. Subscribe, hit the bell. You'll get notifications when we go live or when we upload a video. We go live every Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. on Eastern Time. Adjust your clocks accordingly. And now I'm going to have Ryan tell us all of the podcast networks that you can, or podcast apps that you can use to subscribe to the War Report as an audio-only podcast. Go ahead, Ryan.
Shit.
We are now on iTunes.
Woo! Fucking finally. Thank you, Ryan.
So we are officially on every major podcasting service as Tag Me a Date, just as you find it on YouTube.
Excellent. So Tag Me a Date, and again, that's Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and I'm probably missing one.
Spotify.
Yeah, all that.
Spotify and your grandmother's purse.
That's right. So spread the word. I've told these guys that I've got a certain goal in mind that if we get enough viewers and listeners and all that and interactions that we're going to start a Patreon page and do some exclusive content behind the paywall. It wouldn't be expensive, maybe $1, maybe $5 a month, whatever it is. We just want you to contribute to help the show along and pay for some of our costs. But again, that is down the line. To help us get to that point, subscribe, share the show, tell your friends about it. And of course,
also,
go ahead.
5-star review for iTunes.
Yes, leave that 5-star review.
Can chill, we can chill.
That's right. Give us that 5 stars, baby. And of course, visit tagmeadate.com. Tagmeadate.com is absolutely free. It works on your desktop. It works on your laptop. It works on your home computer or your phone or your tablet. Tagmeadate.com scales to all of those. Or you can go to your app store, your respective app store. I know it's definitely in Google Play right now. Tag Me a Date. And I know that the iTunes update was pending as of last week. It's probably still pending.
Yeah, we're still waiting, guys.
All right. But the iTunes app will be But again, tagmeadate.com is designed to work on mobile devices as well. And again, it's 100% free. It's free to register and to share updates, to search, to match, to send messages, to post status updates. There's no paywall. It's absolutely free. We've already found a Tag Me a Date wedding. We've had a couple that matched, dated, got engaged, got married. and they found on tagmeadate.com. So if you want to find your tag team match, you can go to tagmeadate.com and sign up for free today. So that'll be it. SmackDown is started.
And also, I just want to, real quick, I want to do another shout out. Adam Jordan does our intro for the show, did a video or music for a video for Tag Me Date as well.
Yeah.
You can find him everywhere, and he's I_am_Adam Jordan. Look him up. He's the real deal. He's Apple verified. I'm actually going to play us out with a little, not exclusive because it's been out for a little bit now, but it's getting a lot of traction. And if you want to go check him out, if you put that in Instagram, there's an actual video that you can watch with it. I just want to give him a quick little shout out. I'm going to play us out with this, and we'll see you all next week live, Tuesday, 7 p.m.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm the most on the CT pop. That's from S Scoops and V. My boy Shotty. If you